The slightly thorny issue of the ceasefire keeps rearing its head here in Geneva. Now, thorny because talk about alleged violations on both sides threatens to knock the diplomatic process that's taking place here in Geneva slightly off course. There's been a notable effort in the past to try and keep the two tracks, the process with the ceasefire and the talks that took place in Astana at the beginning of the year, and the diplomatic efforts here in Geneva apart. But it keeps coming up. Now, today you had the Russian president saying that the process that took place in Kazakhstan, in Astana, jump-started the Geneva negotiations that are now taking place here. You've actually had Russian officials arriving today. And commenting on this, we heard from a member of the opposition delegation here in Geneva, Mohamed Alouche. He said that the opposition delegations expected to meet with some of those Russian representatives where this issue of the ceasefire potentially will be discussed. Now, we actually sat down for an interview with Mohamed Alouche yesterday, and I asked him about this issue of the alleged ceasefire violations, whether he thought direct talks might be a possibility. Don't expect the meeting between the opposition delegation and the Russian representatives to be easy, because take a listen to what he had to say.
There are no ceasefire violations between the two sides. There are breaches from one side, and it is our guaranteed right from the agreement to be able to respond to any breaches in the ceasefire. I personally received big promises from the head of a Russian delegation in Astana, but they have yet to implement them. Russia needs to gain some credibility when it comes to their promises, to ensure its position as a real guarantor. When we spoke to them about the violation of the ceasefire, they told us they're trying. I said, that is not enough.
Realistically, there's a lot of pessimism at the moment over the process. Do you think that there's any chance of the opposition delegation and the Syrian government delegation actually getting in the same room for talks?
It could happen sitting around the same table. In Astana, we broke that barrier, and in Geneva too, the opposition delegation sat with the regime delegation. However, choosing Bashar Jafari as the lead negotiator is a message from the regime to the world and to the revolution, because he doesn't want a solution.